Wait a minute. I think we're cutting out here. Did you say 300,000 users?
Yes, 300,000 users. You got it right.
It's an amazing story. So tune in to this episode of Between the Clouds. What does the place people need to do their best work look like? Let's find out. Between the Clouds. All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, SeanDo, and I have from WiPro, we have Seshu Venkata. If we have that viewer in South Bend, Indiana, let's say, and they haven't heard of WiPro yet. So this is for you, sitting in South Bend. Seshu, tell me a little bit about WiPro.
So WiPro is a global IT service provider. So we are an $8 billion company with operations across the globe.
Seshu, we were talking in the pre-show, in the green room, we were talking about a customer that you recently had. We're not going to say their name, but let's just say it's a global pharmaceutical company. They were historically on-prem with, 20,000 users? And they had performance and capacity issues. They were plagued by service outages. Can you, embellish on that a little bit?
They have a legacy, VDA platform, that is running for a while, and with operating system upgrades, the VMs are demanding more and more CPU power, and it takes time to upgrade the platforms, but we need to upgrade the desktops to meet the security compliance needs to the latest operating systems. In the on-prem, you have limitations of the data center space, time that is required to procure the hardware. These are logistical, challenges that will take time to complete these upgrades.
It's like my wife always tells me, you have a maximum capacity on those pants you're wearing, and you just can't grow anymore. As we know, growing in a physical data center takes time, effort, cost, energy, the whole 9 yards. Then enter the pandemic and everything changed.
During the pandemic, while everybody is, downsizing their operations, so this pharma company has to expand their operations to increase the production of their existing, drugs and, formulations. And then they need to onboard more employees to develop the vaccines, for the pandemic. And they don't have time to procure the hardware, or ship the laptops. We worked out a solution for them, with the Citrix Cloud and Microsoft Azure, where we could deploy virtual desktops to them on the cloud in less than 4 weeks and complete the onboarding of the first set of 500 users, in the next 2 weeks. And, we could set up a platform that could enable the customer to onboard the employees in just hours, not days or weeks.
When you think of the urgency of a pharmaceutical company having to respond in the face of the pandemic, you can't wait for the years sometimes to secure the hardware, grow the data center, and onboard, grow that capacity for all those employees. And you were able to get that down from years down to just weeks to respond to that.
So, when they came to us, they said, they needed a solution for about 500 users for 3 months. We could onboard them in the first 6 weeks, and, they were up and running. And then as the situation gone by, they realized, it's going to stay for a while. So that's when, reached us to us, can we onboard, another 5,000 users, how many weeks it would take? Then, our response was, you don't need weeks anymore, it is just days.
No, just to really quickly onboard, I think I've got a number down here. Tell me how far off I am. 1,500 users to 7,000 users, and just a matter of no time at all.
That's right. And, we were not just for this customer at that point in time. During the pandemic, we were onboarding dozens of customers into the VDA platform. Just in the last 12 months alone, we have moved about 300,000 users from a laptop desktop world to VDA world.
Wait a minute. I think we're cutting out here. Did you say 300,000 users?
Yes, 300,000 users. You got it right, across dozens of customers.
I hear that the CSAT, the customer satisfaction or the user satisfaction, was actually going up and went through the roof as far as how happy the users were.
While we were using all the technologies, the Citrix Cloud, the Microsoft Azure, Office 365, FS Logics for profile management, and Azure Analytics and Citrix Analytics, coupled with Wipro's IP, virtualized IP, where we are monitoring in a proactive approach. So that, our objective is to identify the problems well in advance and address them before they start impacting the users.
Now, Seshu, let's say we've got a viewer out there and they're saying, hey, I want to know how do I get in touch with, or how do I learn more about Seshu and WiPro? Where would you point them to? What is that call to action?
WiPro.com. Also, along with Citrix, we have a citrixwipro.com, where we can get more details about virtualized offering and how we can help the customers to migrate their workloads to VDI and to cloud.
All right, Seshu, thanks again. And everybody out there, we'll catch you later on the next episode of Between the Clouds. Until then, we'll say goodbye. Bye-bye.